afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Larry Emerton Field. Along with John Skokie and Darryl, our cameraman, I'm Mike Santoro, bringing you 2018 Goffstown High School Varsity Baseball. Today's game against St. Thomas Aquinas pits Goffstown with a 5-0 record against St. Thomas with a 3-1 record. And John, it's not quite summer yet. We've had some bouts of spring weather.
The sun is trying to poke out right now.
The warm weather is coming, but 50 degrees overcast right now, and we're going to play some baseball. So, John, why don't you give us Goffstown's starting lineup?
All right, so right now for today's lineup, we have batting first and playing third base, Ethan Smitty Smith. Batting second, number 11, Clay Campbell, the junior. And at shortstop, the sophomore, number 5, Connor Hyzak. Batting cleanup, the first baseman is Justin Pernard. Batting fifth in the lineup, Nick Labrie, who's going to be the DH for the pitcher today, who is Taylor French, number 16. And then the catcher is number 4, Tyler Santoro. And left field, number 3, Nolan Guillemette. And then the center fielder, number 2, Carter Schwannard. So absolutely no surprises in the starting lineup today. That has been pretty consistent this year.
Yeah.
John, I'm sorry, in right field, not hitting. So earlier I said that Justin was DH, or Nick was DHing for Taylor French, but I'm wrong. Taylor is hitting in the lineup, number 6. And then Bobby Doherty is in right field, and he will not be hitting.
Yeah, that's kind of been the MO for Goffstown so far. He's been batting 9. He's usually got someone. Taylor's been hitting the ball well, so even when he pitches, he's been hitting. So he's been EHing or DHing for somebody in the lineup. He's shifted right field with Bobby and Will Susi has played there, and Nick Labrie's gotten some time at first, and Justin. Tyler's been a staple behind the plate, and this is Taylor's third start.
Yeah, Taylor has pitched.
His fourth start. I'm sorry, his fourth start. Right?
He has pitched. Actually, a surprising amount.
Yeah.
They've played 5 games to this point. Mitchell Skokie started 1, and Connor started the other. But all the other 3 has been Taylor. So I guess he's the guy this year. So hopefully he'll get us going strong here today. He has struggled in the first inning of his start. So I'd like to see him cruise through this one a little more crisp.
Yeah, so we got leading off for St. Thomas, we have William McLean. I don't know if he goes by Bill or William. He is a sophomore, class of 2020. Wearing number 9 from the left-hand side. He takes a called strike. So it is a good start, John.
Yeah, I'd like to see him stay right in the strike zone and keep the ball down. That's usually where he's effective.
Taylor looking in, taking his time. McLean wiggling the bat. Ethan creeps in a little bit from third base. And there's strike 2. So here comes the 0-2 offering from Taylor. And it's in there for I must have missed one. So that's 1-2 now. Guess I missed that second pitch.
That's all right. Mistakes happen.
And I'm sure there'll be many more of those.
Right.
Taylor again looking in. And here comes the 1-2. Oh, and he hit him in the back. So not the start we wanted. A 4-pitch at bat.
I'll tell you, that was a great curveball if it was about a foot over. That had a tremendous amount of break on it, but boy, that hit him square in the back. That pitch was way off.
And he's feeling that too.
Yeah, it looked like he hit him right in the tailbone. At least not at the velocity of the fastball, but I'm sure it didn't feel good.
So we got Daniel Wooster coming up. Daniel's a senior, number 2. He'll be playing second base today. Digging in here. Taylor looking to keep the runner close. Decent-sized lead over there. He looks over. Easy throw, and it gets by Justin.
I think he
just That's going to roll. If Justin doesn't see it, it's going to roll to the fence.
They're going to try for third here.
McLean is now going to go for third. It's going to be a wet ball, and it's high. It goes over Ethan's head, and it's in left field, and it's not going to be no further advancement. The ball was going to be wet. You kind of knew that was going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, the only thing we've managed to accomplish so far is to hit that kid on third twice.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he just hit him again.
Yeah. Taylor doesn't like him. He obviously hit him twice. So the balls are going to be wet coming in off the grass. So we know that with the little rain that we just had. So now Worcester with a RBI opportunity here with the runner on third base and no outs.
Field looks okay. I mean, considering it was raining,
There's a strike.
10 minutes ago, the rain just stopped. Field actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I saw there was the grounds crew was out there throwing some speedy dry down in between second and third, and there's another strike.
Like
0-2.
Last time out, Taylor let up, I believe, 3 runs against Oyster River in the first. And
yeah, and that came after Goffstown put up a 4-spot at the top of the inning. Fouled at the plate.
And the start before that, oh, man, I think he let up at least 1 in the first. I know against Merrimack Valley he let up a couple. So
yeah,
I'd like to see him settle in a lot sooner than he has been.
Yeah, he's had those first-inning jitters, I guess we could call. Maybe it's not him. It's the whole team as well.
Yeah, that's true. It's been some errors behind him as well. Well, right there was a couple of throwing errors. So.
One was his. Well, fortunately, it is a ground ball to in the hole.
That's going
to be a tough throw. Long throw. He's going to get him, but he gets the job done.
I'll tell you, I might be biased, but not too many other high school shortstops in the state of New Hampshire make that throw and get that out. It was from the hole. That was a big out right there.
Yeah, it's definitely a big out, no doubt about that. But gets his job done. He hits the ground ball and scores McLean from third base. So now we got Derek Grimes up. He's a freshman. He's a class of 2021. You don't see many freshmen on varsity, and he's batting third. Number 29.
That's probably a pretty good sign about his ability to hit the ball is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. He's number 21. He'll be playing first base today. So they go left, right, left to start. There's a line drive up the middle. Oh, nice stop by Connor Hyzak. And throws him out. What a great play.
Wow.
So, John, what were you saying about not many shortstops
I'll tell you.
make that play? So there's some leather. We talked about the defense just a minute ago, and then 2 great plays by Hyzak in a row.
He's known for his hitting. He's known for his pitching. But I'm telling you, ever since I've known him since he was a little kid, the kid can play shortstop. Boy. He's got great range for a big kid. He's about 6'1", 6'2".
Yep. Here's number 27, Carter LaForce. Takes a strike.
That's the type of play a kid who's going to go to Rutgers University on a baseball scholarship, I guess, tends to make, right?
Yeah. As a sophomore, too, I might add.
Yeah.
There comes the 0-1 to LaForce. Off the hand, ground ball. Justin's going to take it himself, and he makes the play. So they get out of the inning.
Yep, can't argue.
Just with the 1.
That.
So that was 3 unassisted. Taylor threw 9 pitches that inning, which isn't bad. But the score we have at the end of 1 is St. Thomas 1 in Goffstown coming up.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it could have been a lot worse with the types of hits they put on the ball, but to get 2 outs out of solid contact like that, limit your pitches to 9, like you just said. That's not a terrible first inning. No,
considering he faced 4 batters and he only threw 9 pitches,
and
he threw 3 or 4 of them to the first batter. He hit him on a 1-2 pitch, right? So 4 there, and he didn't throw many. He only threw 5 to the next 3 batters. So
who do we have pitching here today?
So let's see. That's number 22. Let me see. So I didn't have him on my list. You got the line up there.
So
Runak, Michael Runak. He's a Rovnak. That's a V. R-O-V-N-A-K. Michael Rovnak. He's a senior, number 22.
He's got a I don't know if I'd call it submarine, but I wouldn't call it 3/4 either. It is sidearm, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of it's not quite Dan Quisenberry. More of a.
No. But it's not that Pedro 3/4. It's that's definitely unorthodox.
Yeah,
kids haven't seen too much of that. I wonder how the righties react to it. It's probably going to feel like it's inside on their hands quite a bit, but it's not at a tremendous velocity. So
yeah, he's not. It doesn't look like he's very overpowering. But he does. It looks like he slings it though. He doesn't bring his arm all the way back. He kind of slings it forward.
I wonder if there's a lot of movement on that pitch that we can't see from our vantage point up here.
Quite possible, John. So he's got Bill McGregor, again, William or Bill.
So, hey, folks, leading off the lineup, we'll have Ethan Smith, followed by Clay Campbell, and then followed by the young kid that just made 2 great plays in the field, Connor Hyzak.
So let's see if Goffstown can answer here. See what the catcher has for an arm. The catcher is Bill McGregor. He's a sophomore. Nope, he's a freshman as well. 2021 is a freshman, right?
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, yeah. Wow, so a couple freshmen on this team already. 3 of them in the starting lineup. So here's Ethan Smith. He squares the bunt, and he takes it back, takes a ball.
High and inside on that pitch.
So Ethan now digs in for the 1-0 and takes a strike. So Ethan doing his job as a leadoff hitter. Seeing a couple pitches so far. And that pitch bounces in there. So we now have a 2-1 count. David, good to see you.
My son David had to bring my sunglasses up to the booth for this unexpected arrival of the sun.
Ethan takes a ball high, so very good hitters count right here, 3-1. Could use him on base with Clay and Connor coming up after him. So this has been the story so far this year, John. They haven't faced the hardest throwing pitchers so far, and that's I think has been giving them a problem. So full count to Ethan. So he's got 5 pitches in already, doing his job as the leadoff hitter, and he gets hit in the back.
I'll tell you.
So
what do they say about payback?
Yeah.
I don't think he meant to do it.
No, but is the umpire going to warn both benches now? They both hit somebody.
Right. Yeah, it's his delivery is just by nature is going to come inside on kids. It's probably what makes him effective at times, but it's also probably what I would venture to guess he probably hits more than 1 kid a year.
Yeah. Ethan took that right between the 1 and the 0 on the back. So here's Clay. Clay's playing second base today, number 11, and he takes a strike at the knees. So looks like a good pitcher to run on, John. Doesn't have the best velocity. Kind of throws from the side. He's got a slow delivery to the plate.
Yeah.
Good shot for a play here. The second
there.
baseman's way towards second base. And there it is, right there in the hole, just as
Ethan
I talked about.
Managed to get
Ethan
away
had to get out of the way.
ball.
And so Goffstown now with first and second, no outs.
All right. It'd be nice to see us get off to a hot start here.
Yeah, like you mentioned the Oyster River game, they came out smoking 4 runs in the first inning and only scored 1 the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So here's Connor, who made 2 great defensive plays in the first inning. See if he can do something with the bat here.
Yeah, from what I understand, the kids, when they went to practice on Wednesday, were informed that their 5-0 start isn't as impressive as they may think, according to the coach's depiction. And I tend to agree. I mean, 5-0 is impressive, but those bats were awful quiet the last couple of games. This team's got a lot more potential to score runs.
You can say that again, Joe. Oh, Connor swings and gets underneath it, pops it up. The third baseman's coming over. Looks like he's got a play. It makes the catch.
Ah, boy. Got up way under that.
Got underneath that. Was a little bit aggressive there, but, that's not a bad thing. But he pops out to the shortstop. So that brings up Justin Pernard. Justin's been swinging a good bat. Was moved into the 4-hole last game. Standing up in the plate. Justin takes outside for a ball.
Boy, I would think a left-handed batter has an advantage against this kid because he gets a real long look at that delivery.
Yeah, with the speed on base, John, I'm surprised they're not trying to move the runners up. That's almost like a pitch out right there.
Yeah, agreed.
2-0 count. He's not really looking over. The middle infield isn't moving too much.
This team, at least through 5 games, doesn't run a lot.
No, it seems like the only ones that run are like Clay and Cotter.
And Carter, right.
There's a ground
Pretty
ball.
good ball.
Eats
Got
up
under
the
his-
first baseman.
Under his glove.
That should score. Oh, no, they're going to hold Ethan up,
Smitty's
so
gonna
it's going to
hold.
load the bases.
Probably a good decision. First
So-
baseman had secured the ball in shallow right field by the time Smitty was coming to third base, so probably a wise thing to stay there.
The ball ate him up. I'm going to give him a single on that. It was a good hit ball. Kind of ate him up. That's going to bring Nick up. Nick's a big.
I think you're being kind on that. Kind to the batting average.
You think
there.
so?
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about that as a. We'll talk about that between innings. Maybe we can change that with the official score. We'll see what the other guys over here say.
We'll call him up here.
Yep. So here's Nick with the bases loaded, looking to do some damage. And Nick hits a line drive
that
base
got
hit through the
through.
hole. And he's going to hold up Clay at third, so that's going to tie the game. The throw comes in, goes a little wide, but that's going to bring Taylor up.
So Smitty scores on that for a 1-0 lead. Or
Nick-
1-1 tie game
yep.
there.
So I've kind of lost track of the pitches for the other pitchers so far. Trying to do too many things here, but on the first pitch, Nick singles to left field. That brings up Taylor French, so Taylor's now going to try to help himself out. Like to see the aggressiveness the boys have so far.
Ooh.
Even though Connor popped out, he was aggressive with his swings. Little light rain coming in, even though the sun's out right now.
That last pitch was maybe a little bit high, but
Yeah, he looks
all
like he's
right.
been calling the high strike today so far.
Taylor's a high fastball, dead red type of hitter, so I'd like to see him get another one of those here.
Like to see him get into one here, John.
Yeah, he's due.
Yeah, the outfield's playing pretty shallow out there. The center fielder and right, and he
Ah,
pops
got
up.
under it.
That's going to be an infield fly, even though the right field is coming in.
Oh,
and
boy.
it dropped.
Oh,
He
boy.
didn't call infield fly.
Oh, and he should have.
And
oh,
he
boy.
should
They're
have.
gonna have a
And
play
he's
at the
safe.
plate.
He's
safe.
safe.
though.
He never touched him.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was touch the plate. He didn't have to tag him. So, John, I believe the umpire should have called infield fly there, John.
Oh man, you're probably right on the infield fly. But
If an infielder can field it with little difficulty, even though it lands on the outfield grass, it's still an infield fly. But hey, we'll take it.
yeah, I agree. That play had a lot of mistakes all around.
Yeah, it did.
That throw was home in time.
All the
he
catcher had to do was
was
step on the plate. He doesn't
geez.
have to tag him there.
What
So
a mental error to let up the second run and not get an out on the play.
Right.
My goodness.
and that ball, wow, what a great stop by the catcher there.
Catcher trying to make up for the last
Overthrowing there a little bit. So here's Tyler, he's been hitting the ball, but he has found a hole. He needs a blooper somewhere. One of those little singles right there.
Yep, this part of the lineup could use just a good strong day right here.
Here comes the 1-0, and Tyler takes a strike. He's taking a lot of strikes too.
So right now it's somehow in a bright sunny day, actually showering rain on half of the field.
It's raining about as hard as it's rained all day, but the sun is out in full force. Oh, way ahead of that. Way
Keep
ahead
his
of
head
that.
in there.
And he's now 1-2 hole. If there's ever a kid who needs a base hit, he needs one right here. He's just got to wait on it. He's way ahead. Just got to watch that high strike, too. Oh, and he swings at a pitch in the dirt. Ugh, he's got no confidence right now.
Nah, he looked like a kid that was uncomfortable that entire at bat.
Yep.
That's what hitting will do to you. That's what a slump will do to you. Right.
So it's up to Nolan now with 2 outs. Looking to get a couple more here. Nolan takes a ball. So, John, it looks like he's giving the high strike and not the low strike.
Agreed. Which high strikes can get you in trouble if you're not an overwhelmingly fast pitcher.
Let's say that again. There's a ground ball to third. Third baseman eats it up and then makes the play. So a lot of noise, but they only come up with 2 runs.
And I'll tell you, with all the activity we had on offense, 2 runs is not as much damage as you would have thought. We almost went through the entire lineup. 8 kids went to the plate, I believe.
Yeah, we batted 8, so Carter will be leading off. And, unfortunate, bases loaded and 1 out. Tyler swings to the pitch in the dirt. And then Nolan grounds out to third. Had a lot of potential there, but they're in the lead now 2-1 after 1 inning. So we have coming up the 5, 6, 7 batters for St. Thomas. Andrew Kavanaugh will be leading us off. He's DHing for the pitcher. Tell you what, John. Tell you
What's
what,
that, Mike?
when the sun is out, it's really warm in here.
Oh no, it's pointing right in at both of us, so it's actually really comfortable. It actually feels really good, but the fact that it's still raining is that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long April. I can't think of a worse April in memory where the good days you could count on one hand. From the snow to the freezing rain to the typical April showers that today brought. It's made winter feel a little longer than I'd like.
Yeah, you could say that again. It seems like, February the 72nd instead of April 30th.
February was a nicer month than April.
Yeah, it actually was. We did have a few warm days in February. Probably had just about as much snow, too.
Do you guys have our lineup?
No, you gave back the other one. That's theirs.
So you have theirs written down?
Yeah. I didn't get the subs, but I have theirs. So, number 28, Andrew Kavanaugh, stepping in, DH. He is a junior, big kid. And he's laid on a ground ball to first base. Justin takes it himself. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's how to be fresh, huh, John?
Yeah, Justin Pennard has a really, you'd call it an above-average glove at first base. He's actually been hitting the ball really well lately, which is almost a bonus with the way that he secures first base.
All right, 1 pitch, 1 out. And we have number 12, Benjamin Cody, or Coate. He's a senior, stepping in. He's playing right field today. Nice pitch for a strike. Taylor's been pretty efficient so far. Fouled at the plate.
Hey, he looks good. He's up 0-2 early here, so.
Yep, he's only thrown 3 pitches, all strikes so far. He's just thrown 12 for the game. And this is the 6th hitter.
Taylor down in the strike zone is a very, very tough kid to hit. He gets in trouble when he comes up in the strike zone.
Peering in for the 0-2. And here it comes. And he struck him out.
He came up in the strike zone there, but it had some real juice on it. So
high fastball for the strike, so.
Yeah, it's actually down in the strike zone, and then he was actually up and out of the strike zone, but the batter chased it. It's in between those 2 pitches is where you can get in trouble, but if people are going to swing at that, he's going to have a good day. Can't do anything productive with swinging at that ball. You're either going to pop it up or
and there's
miss
a little grounder down the third base line. Taylor's going to try and come over and field it. He eats it. Great idea right there. So we'll give Guerin a base hit on that one. We didn't have a chance to even introduce him.
Taylor looked he looked like a pony that was just born running to get that ground
that's
ball.
That's a tough ball. That's just right up the line. It's in no man's land, and he's got to field that cleanly and make the throw.
Yeah,
and he didn't do either. So
he's Taylor's 6'3", a big kid, and just coming to get that ball is going to take up a lot of time for a big pitcher. So
yep. So
that ball just died right on the line too.
Kenan Licata is the batter. He's playing third base today. And that's Nick Guerin at first base. He's playing short.
It's another big kid.
Yeah, he looks like he's every bit of 6'3", 6'4", as a strike.
Well, he lines up right on the inside part of that batter's box, which if you can turn on an inside fastball, it's a good place to be, but I've never really understood somebody crowding the plate that much.
No, you kind of take your hands away from you. I like this. When I batted, I stepped back. I was back off the box. I covered that infield, that inside corner, and reached out, for the outside, step into the outside pitches. It's what a lot of batters do. But hey, some people like to own the inside part of that plate and make the pitchers throw there. If you get quick enough hands and you can get your hands through, not a bad thing.
Agreed there.
Here's a ground ball back to Taylor. Take his time, throw to first.
That's
and
a good
the
inning.
That's a good, very good inning.
How many pitches there? Maybe 10?
So, no, not even. 1, 3. Yep, I lost track. 8.
Oh, geez.
17
So he's
pitches.
17 through 2. That's great. That's actually unusual for Taylor. He's usually not that efficient. If he could be, that'd be terrific. He'll cruise through. He'll eat up a bunch of innings today at that clip.
Yeah, and he's put that rocky start behind him. So that was
Agreed.
an easy inning. Single mixed in between 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
Right now they have a game today, another one on Wednesday, another one on Friday. I'm hearing whispers of jamming a makeup game in Saturday.
Yep,
Or,
those aren't whispers, John. That's what's happening.
all right, so
The makeup game against Hanover is scheduled for Saturday at noon.
so right now Taylor being efficient only helps this team sort of face 4 games in 1 week. Right now they have 3 identified pitchers, and then that number 4 spot, that emergency starter, that reliever, is sort of unidentified at this early in the season because the games have been so spaced out. You know, is it going to be Derek Stekowitz, who's a sophomore, swinging between varsity and JVs? Is it going to be Clay Campbell?
Yeah.
Sort of undetermined.
Yeah, and we haven't gotten that far yet.
Right.
Like we said, this is already Taylor's 4th start. So Connor's only started 1 game, and that was the game last week against Plymouth. Mitchell started against Wyndham. Mitchell's come in for relief two times already, but Taylor has been the workhorse. He's got 4 starts.
Yeah.
And like you said, we haven't gotten to that 4th starter yet.
I might have liked to see Taylor maybe held off till Wednesday or Friday, just because he's actually he's probably thrown 300-something pitches already this year, and you had some workload to divvy up. But I'm sure the coach knows what he's doing, and maybe he's got his eyes on using him later this week, knowing they have a 4th game.
Yeah, I would think that if he's pitching today, he's probably going to be slated to pitch Saturday.
Right.
And you're right, John. Schedule, we get Co-Brown on Wednesday at Co-Brown, Portsmouth on Friday at Portsmouth, and then Hanover on Saturday at Hanover. So 3 road games after this. This is our first home game. It's technically our 2nd home game, but our first game in Goffstown.
Yeah, it feels unusual to be 5 games into a season and Bailey just here. This is Carter Chenard now leading off the lineup for the Grizzlies here in the 2nd. He's got 3 balls, no strikes. That last one was real up and in, made him back away from the plate.
Yeah, good call, John. I was too busy reading my schedules over here. And all right, so Carter walks on 4 pitches.
So that'll bring up Ethan Smith.
Ethan
So back to
Smith.
the top of the lineup here already in the 2nd inning. Like I said earlier, Mike, they went through a tremendous amount of batters to only produce 2 runs last inning.
Yep, 2 runs and left the bases loaded. So let's see if we can do some damage here. Ethan was hit by a pitch on the 6th pitch that he saw in that at bat, and I'd be shocked if he doesn't swing at a first pitch strike here. Actually, squaring the bunt, and look, Carter's got that base stolen. I wouldn't even have
That's
thrown
no
it.
shot. Giving Carter Chenard a walk is a double, basically.
Yeah, he's one of the fastest guys you're going to see.
You'd have to be one heck of a fast to the plate pitcher combined with a great catcher to even make it close on him. I've seen him do it for too long.
Yeah, you got to throw over a couple times. Look at him. They're not even looking at him at second base either.
Yep.
I mean, he could easily take third.
He could steal 3rd here if the coach wanted to do it. Right now, probably coach is thinking a ball in the outfield scores him anyway, but I might like to do it just to put pressure on the other team. He's
not going to
fake
bunt.
bunt
It was a
there.
2-0 pitch. He's
Yeah.
not going to bunt on that. He's just trying to get him to throw a strike. It's his 7th pitch of the inning and his first strike. So Ethan's making him work. I mean, there's no need to bunt here. The one
know what I
hitter
would've
already
loved
got a
there?
runner in scoring position.
I would have loved to steal on that fake bunt there, though.
Oh, Ethan tried to go to right.
In
Has
that
a hole there.
situation, Mike, the third baseman came in to field the fake
And there was
bunt.
no one covering.
So it would have been a foot race between Carter Chenard and the shortstop, and I'm betting on number 2.
Yeah, Carter's going to win that every time. Here comes the 2-2.
Oh,
It's in the
boy.
dirt. He's got to throw to first base, and he makes the throw and gets the out.
No, that was not good use of a 2-0 count with a
No.
guy in scoring position. That's a bad on ball at bat.
You're absolutely right, John. He may have been a ground ball ground ball to third, anywhere in the infield. I mean, to right side of the infield, he's going to go right away. On the left side of the infield, unless it's hit the third base, he's still going to get to third base.
Yep.
That's Carter. So, and then you got to run around third, but less than 2 outs. So now you got Clay. Now, John, I would think of him running. I mean, the pitcher takes a quick look over and then doesn't even look back, doesn't even peek back. Clay hits a rope down the right field line. It's going to twist foul. A loud strike.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair. That might have enough leg to be out, John.
Clay has a terrific swing. It's really sort of one of those classic left-handed swings.
It's very smooth. St. Thomas already has somebody warming up in the bullpen. That's a nice pitch. Oh, it's outside.
Sometimes I think a coach doesn't run with somebody like Chouinard on second base because he's got the 1, the 2, the 3 batter coming up, but you can't let that paralyze you. Either he can steal it or he can't.
Oh, gets that high strike again. But, John, if you look at this pitcher, when he comes back into his set, he looks over at second base and never looks back there again.
Agreed.
So, you watch him now. He's going to sit there. He's going to peek back when he goes into his set and then never looks. He never even thinks of looking back there again. There's a long drive to right center field. The center fielder going back. It's over his head.
It's on the
So
ground.
it's on the
Carter
grass.
did not
That's
get
in
a
the
good
water.
jump.
Couldn't get Carter was tagging, but he should be able to score coming in, and he's going to score easily with his speed. A long double by Clay Campbell, and it's 3-1 Goffstown. That ball was absolutely crushed.
Not to go back to that point about trying to steal there, but you're right. The pitcher wasn't looking. They weren't even holding them on. And had that been caught, you're going to score either way because you're going to tag. We got away with it just on the speed to make that happen.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. Look at it that. Carter's got to assume that's not going to get caught. It was hit that high. I don't even – and he gets underneath it. This is Connor. Swings at the first pitch, gets underneath it, and pops out to center field. Clay bluffs to third. So
you're trying to do too much as a hitter when in your first at bat you get under a high pitch, and then in your second at bat you get under a low pitch.
Yeah.
That means your swing is all over the place. You're being too aggressive.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness, John, but you got to hit a line drive there. You got to get a base hit. And I'm telling you, look at Clay. He's halfway to third base before he releases the ball. I'd be shocked if he doesn't just take off on his own. I mean, seriously, as a base runner, John. Make something happen here. 2 outs. Yeah, you get Justin up, but
yeah, I don't know what the etiquette is on this team for that type of decision.
Yeah.
That can get you in a lot of trouble with some coaches.
But look at him. He's got a walking lead. He's not looking at him. Gets that high strike again.
What's the old baseball rule? If you do it on your own, you better be safe.
Yes. Well, I understand you don't make the first or third out at third base, but look at him, John. He's got a walking lead. He's a third of the way there. He could go at any time.
Yep.
Wow, is he calling high strikes? That
By
thing was
the time the
way
ball got to the plate, that catcher would only have about 20 feet to close that.
There's no way he would go in standing. I mean, look at his lead right now.
Agreed.
And he's still walking. All right, he's looking over there now. But, see, now they got to play on. I think they hear us.
Well,
I think they hear us.
So
John.
the coach reads lips on the the other team. He may have pulled a Belichick and tapped into our headset here.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Look at him.
Look
at this now. He's oh boy, 2-2 to Justin.
Boy, I'll tell you, the temperature just dropped.
Yeah, because the sun went behind the cloud.
Yeah, that's a heck of a cloud over us right now. It doesn't look like a rain cloud, but that's a mood setter right there.
Yeah, it is. There's a ground ball to second. Oh, and it eats him up, and Clay should keep coming.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness, that's too conservative. He scores.
He scores easy on that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to have to take one heck of a play at the plate to not have him score. And with 2 outs and you just got a gift like that, I'm sending him.
Plus, he didn't know where the ball was. So you got to think and Clay had a full head of steam. You got to take that shot.
Mike, the kids that make an error like that usually do not collect themselves and make a
perfect throw home.
I
agree with you. 100%.
Well, first and third here.
Oh, Nick's first pitch swing and fouls it off. Good idea.
Nick should not be lunging at a first strike. That's almost like a 2-strike swing where you're just trying to make contact. Nick should be looking for something in his sweet spot here. But now he's, what is he, 0-2 now? Or
0-1.
0-1, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Throwing a lot of pitches in the dirt. Got a couple
Nick
strikeouts.
should be
with that
real
pitch.
selective here. He should be looking for something that he loves. It's 1-1.
Well, here's the thing. He's not going to throw the ball by you. So you sit there and just get
Absolutely.
ready. He's not going to throw it by you. Nick is way up in the plate. Inside.
Now, would you send Justin on first? Justin's not—he's not slow, but he's not exactly fast. He's
Yes, I would.
I would send him just to put
absolutely
pressure
would.
on
You
them,
put some
right?
pressure on the defense. But, John, it's a wet ball. He's thrown pitches in the dirt. He doesn't have the greatest delivery to the plate.
catchers. I've seen his throws on the between innings. He's got a decent arm, but I'm still probably trying to see if he can make that throw.
But I also think, see, again, it's 3-1. You want to try to get a run. You get great speed at third base right here, right? So even if the throw beats Justin down, you tell him the ball beats you there, you stop. You're getting a run down.
Yeah,
That's
good
going to
point.
score
See if he
Clay,
can
right?
score the
and
run,
you get
right?
and you try to steal a run there. The minute he releases the ball, Clay has to read it. If it goes all the way through, he scores. Justin stops, unless he has the base stolen. I know Justin doesn't have the greatest speed, but he's a good base runner. Nick is a little late on that. Let the ball come to him, which he should have. That's what these guys need to do. They need to let the ball come a little bit deeper.
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's move up in the strike zone, they gotta. It seems like the last couple games, it's been a little bit of that where they faced a lot of unusual deliveries,
There
maybe a
goes
little bit
Justin
slower
now on the
speeds.
2-2, and Nick strikes out. So they get only one.
That wasn't Nick's best at bat there, but is what it is. So we go to
So we
the
go to
top of the third here, right?
Yep, top of the third,
3-1.
3-1 Goffstown. They do manage to put a run in. So we got 9-1-2 coming up for St. Thomas. So Taylor goes out for the third inning. He's thrown only 17 pitches through 2 innings. That, of course, is unofficial. I may have missed a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
So, Mike, between innings, let's talk about something important. What's for dinner tonight on a cold Monday night?
Well, it's funny you should say that, John, because I try to get dinner ready, and on nights of games, especially at away games, it's hard to get something going unless you do something in the crock pot. And before I left the house, I actually cooked up some chicken and garlic, and going to make some chicken ziti and broccoli tonight. So I got the chicken ready.
You
Just
kidding
going to
me?
steam some broccoli and boil some water
If
for
I
pasta.
made a dinner that elaborate, Lisa would faint. And I'm Italian like you, but I'm not a cooking Italian. I must be from a different region or something.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a gardening Italian.
and I'm not. I wish I had a green thumb, but I try to. While I have some time, I try to make something, and it's like I said, it's hard with road games. So road games, I'll try to throw something in the crock pot so it's ready when we get home, or maybe it's something quick. This is something where I cooked up the chicken already. It's just a matter of boiling the water and steaming the broccoli, and get a quick meal. And
we should have a new segment here, maybe like in the second, third inning of upcoming home games, where we give a star recommendation restaurant of the week.
so can we talk about Tano's then?
Botano's would certainly be on the top of our list.
Well, your wife mentioned an Italian restaurant that you guys went to. Was it
Campo.
Nico's? Was it-
Nico's is the
Nico's.
north end, which is fantastic.
Oh.
But local Manchester.
Yeah, where did you guys go?
Campo and Teca.
Campo and Teca. So that's where you went?
It's right on Elm Street,
Okay.
and it's an Italian place that really makes you think of Mike, you grew up in East Boston. I grew up on the North Shore in Peabody, so we both grew up on really good Italian food, both in our houses and then also local restaurants. So I'll tell you, between Tano's Pizzeria and a place like I'll have to look up the name between innings here. I want to get it right for everybody.
Well, there you go. There's our cooking and food segment for our first home game. And I'm sure we'll talk more about that.
So we're 2 balls, 1
Two
strike
balls, one
here.
strike to McGregor, Bill McGregor. He is a freshman, third freshman in the lineup. And he pops one up.
Taylor
Taylor
should be
gets
able to
underneath
make that.
and he
There we
makes the
go.
grab. So a quick out, 4-pitch out for Taylor.
So it was Campo Enoteca, Enoteca on Elm Street. Highly recommend it. And that is the restaurant recommendation of the game.
That's your Phantom Gourmet update for our first home game. So here's the top of the order, Bill McLean. He was hit by a pitch. Went to third on a throwing error by Taylor, and then scored on a ground out by Worcester. So he takes ball 1. St. Thomas bench is starting to make some noise over there, trying to get some action going. The pitch is low, so 2-0 count to the leadoff hitter.
Like to see Taylor keep it in stride here. He's been so efficient.
Yeah, he's only thrown. This is just his 4th pitch this inning. He's only thrown 21 pitches so far.
This may be the most
2 and a
pitches
third
he's
in.
thrown to a singular batter at this point.
That's a strike. Low inside corner.
Down and in's probably a good place to be on most hitters.
Yep.
Some people like it down there, but most people don't.
You know, I like McLean already. He's got the high pants, the socks. I like that look.
Ooh.
Outside, 3-1.
He must have just missed outside there. I like that pitch. I like that pitch, irregardless of the call, but I thought he might have got the corner there.
All right, so 3-1. Let's see what he does. Hitters count right here. If I'm McLean, I'm looking dead red. Gets the fastball and checks his swing. I think he swung at a ball. That was the same pitch.
It might have been the same pitch. You're right.
It's in the same location anyway. I'm not sure it was the same pitch, but now it's a full count. So definitely the most pitches he's thrown to a batter so far. This will be the 6th for McLean. I think he saw 4 or 5 his first time up. Full count. Here we go. Oh, and he gets him. He got the call. He got the low strike call, and he catches McLean looking.
Yeah, I don't know if I understand what McLean was trying to do up there, because he had a 3-1 count and got 2 pitches, very different pitches. One was outside, one was more pressing him inside, but I would have thought he loved one of those.
Yeah, the check swing on the 3-1 was kind of puzzling to me.
Yeah,
you're looking at one thing. You're either swinging or you're not.
Right, yeah, agreed. It means you really got fooled or you were indecisive.
Exactly,
you know?
right. And you can't get, if you're 3-1, you're looking for a pitch in a certain place. I don't know how you can get fooled. If you don't get the pitch, you don't swing. So it sounds like he was indecisive. Gets a low strike there. So Taylor now, he's up to 12 pitches this inning. It's the most he's had to throw so far. But he's 0-2 on Worcester, the second batter. He grounded out. Nice play by Connor Hyzak in the hole. Made the long throw to get him out. Taylor looking to get out of this inning right here. Fastball gets him. Gets by Tyler. Tyler rushing. Long throw. Pulls him off the bag.
Well, he gets a strikeout in the books,
Yep.
but a man on first base as a result. Looked like it just went off the side of Tyler's glove, got away from him.
Yeah, the pitch was a little bit outside and low. Not the easiest pitch to handle, but something you got to corral. So we got Grimes now. Takes a ball. Grimes is also a freshman. Big kid, number 29.
Is this the number 3 batter for
Yeah,
them?
he's the one who hit the ball up the middle that
Right.
Connor made a really nice play on.
So the next 2 kids were putting pretty good stick on the ball first inning. So,
Had him leaning a little bit.
Ooh, he caught that kid off balance.
Yep, had him leaning.
He didn't have a tremendously large lead, but he almost got caught with some really poor footwork.
But here's an instance where you definitely are not running with the 3-hitter up right now. 2 outs, big swing and a strike. Unless you get 2 strikes on him, you don't run, because if he's got 2 strikes and your running gets thrown out, at least he leads off the inning.
Yeah, right.
If he's any kind of a hitter and he made good contact his first time up, he's a freshman batting third, so like we talked about, we have to assume he's a good hitter.
Yeah, like I said, he put a pretty good amount of bat on the ball, and so did the gentleman coming up after him. So we'll see if they can get something started here right now. Hopefully not.
Here it comes. Outside.
Way outside there. Good stop by Tyler.
Yep. 2-1 now. So top 3, 3-1 Goffstown. St. Thomas not going away. This inning, big cut, and he fouls it back. That might be the first one into the river. So
When you're a right-handed catcher, outside on the right-handed batter side of the plate is a lot easier to stop than the one that got by Tyler, where he has to come across
Race
his
across
body
his
with
body,
the glove,
right, yep.
and to have it down and low makes it all the more difficult.
Yep. Nice stop there. So we got a full count. Runner will be off on this pitch. Woozer will be running.
So I've seen Taylor go through these stretches before where all of a sudden you just don't think he's as I don't know if it's dialed in or composed or if he's getting tired, but he's not as around the plate as he was the first 2 innings.
Throws over because he knows he's going to be running. So he's up to 17 pitches this inning.
Yeah.
He only threw 17 between the first 2 innings.
Complete opposite look from the first 2 innings. Even giving up the 1 run in the first inning, this inning has a much less efficient feel to it.
But this is only the 4th batter, and he's thrown 17 pitches. There goes the runner.
Ooh.
And there he got him. He gets the high strike
Boy,
call.
got out of that.
And he gets out of the inning. So Grimes
Nice
goes
job.
down looking.
Nice
So he
job.
actually struck out 3 that inning. So now we'll move to the bottom of the 3rd with the score Goffstown 3 and St. Thomas 1.
Yeah, some of that pitch count is he struck out 3, so that's going to cost you 9 pitches right there. But one of the strikeouts ended up on first base due to either the wild pitch or the pass ball. So all things being said, he got out of it, did his job, kept it under 20 pitches, so not a terrible inning.
Yep. So he's just at 35 through 3 innings so far. So that's not terrible. And he's going to be leading off too. So
we will have Taylor French, Tyler Santoro, and then I believe Nick Labrie after Tyler, if memory serves me right.
yep. Taylor, Tyler, and Nolan. Taylor, Tyler, Nolan.
Nolan, that's right.
Sounds like 3 hits to me. So we still have Rovnak on the mound coming out for the bottom of the 3rd. He's got to be up there in pitches. He's already faced 9, 10, 12, 14 batters through 2 innings. And he had a long first inning, which, John, the score should be a lot more than 3-1 right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it could have easily been 5-6 in that first inning. The catcher, he bounces up there quickly, doesn't have the greatest arm, and, just me, I'd be running all over the
St. Thomas probably would have liked to have gotten a run in that last inning to just keep it close. Right now, they're only down by 2, so if I'm their coach, I'm not feeling terrible about the world.
Yeah, well, it's just like we talked about. Our Goffstown's hitting hasn't really been there. The first inning, they started off like gangbusters. They had 4 hits in the first inning. They had 1 last inning, that long double by Clay. But they haven't been able to do the damage with the runners on base.
Yep.
So let's see what Taylor can do.
Ooh.
Taylor takes that looked like a good pitch, John.
That looked like a pitch that you should probably put into left field if you're a big kid like Taylor French. Boy, I can't believe that was a ball, too.
But I'll tell you, his strike zone has been high, it's been low, and that was right down the middle, it looked like. Same pitch, different result.
That was out maybe a little further out over the plate. Interesting. Well, those are pitches that Taylor normally is hacking at, so a patient approach here.
Ooh.
Mike, I've coached Taylor since he was 8 years old. You've probably coached him on some teams. I don't think I've ever seen him take this many pitches
Not 3 in a row.
No.
Never.
So I don't know if they gave him an eternal take sign here.
It's the most pitches he's probably seen in that bat all year. Wow, that's only ball 3, isn't it?
I think it might have hit him.
I don't
Either
know.
it's ball 4 or it hit him on the shoulder.
Well, I thought he called the first one a strike. I had 3 and 1. I had that at 3 and 1.
One thing I know for sure, that ball was behind him.
It was behind him, definitely.
Yeah.
But I did not see that 3rd ball, so I must have missed something.
Well, you said he had taken 3, so that was the 4th. So maybe we.
But I thought he called one a strike. I guess not.
I guess he didn't. Oh, it's a big lead
Big
for
lead.
Taylor. I don't know if I like that.
Ball low to Tyler.
Taylor fancies himself a base stealer,
And he's not.
he's not. I wouldn't call him one.
He's not a base stealer.
He's a base stealer if he comes down here at night and nobody's here.
Exactly.
Then he can steal all the bases he wants.
He's getting back. He's not the most gracious runner. He's not the most gracious slider.
Yep.
He's but you know what? You got to give the kid credit.
Oh, I'll tell you,
he's down there getting dirty.
He's a great kid. Has just a fantastic personality. Always has. That kid has a smile on his face 24 hours a day.
There's a
Great
strike.
personality. I don't know a kid in the entire city of Goffstown that if they know him has a bad thing to say about him.
No,
Great
there's
kid.
nothing. And I believe he's going to Saint. I heard he was going to St. Anselm
He's
next
going
year.
to St. Anselm's. He has a really short commute there, Mike.
Yeah, it's like in his backyard.
It's all of about for him to leave his property and stand on St. A's property is maybe 27 feet. I'll go over there tonight and measure it. It is.
So he's gonna live on campus, right?
Of course, he's going to live at Phi Beta Frenchie on College Ave.
Oh, and
Oh,
Tyler
boy.
gets hit.
Boy, I told you before the game, Mike, that my opinion was this kid was going to be inside all day, and sometimes maybe erratically, and he has proven me to be a prophet right now.
Yep.
That's his. Boy, he threw the last one behind Frenchie, and now he's managed to hit his second kid.
Yeah, so he's hit 2 and walked. He's walked 2 and hit 2 so far. He struck out 3. He's let up 5 hits, 4 of those singles, and the long double by Clay. Coach going out to talk to him.
I wonder if the ball moves more than we can appreciate
And
from up here.
That's going to be it for Rovnak. So, unfortunately, we don't have access to the sub list, so I have no idea who this is coming in. He's got number 28 on, it looks like. Oh, that's Kavanaugh. He was the DH. So
No,
yeah.
That's Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh was the DH. I have him down here as wearing number 28, so we might have gotten lucky here. Andrew Kavanaugh. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I don't have their sub list here. So,
as he warms up here, Mike, what did you think of the Patriots draft this week? And I know a lot of people, typical of the Patriots trading down. They're going to trade down in every draft. But what was your overall summation on day 3 here?
you know, John, I have to tell you, I didn't watch it at all.
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't.
Oh, you had a busy weekend,
I had
right?
a busy weekend. Yeah, I went to New York City this weekend, and you know, it's baseball season. I've been watching the Red Sox and watching Goffstown, and I'm just not into football. Not
What
into
did
the
you?
football
What
draft.
brought you down to the Big Apple?
It
I
was,
saw your pictures.
Yeah,
that you were down there.
it's just something we've been trying to do, and
That's great.
with Tyler playing baseball in the spring, it's hard to get away. And April vacation and having that rain out on Thursday and having the weekend off, we took off first thing Friday morning and headed down there and probably walked about 15 miles over the 3 days we were there. And got to see some of the 9/11 museum, John. I'll tell you, if you ever
Yeah.
get a chance.
I was lucky enough to go there a few years
it
ago,
was
and it's
absolutely beautiful.
I said to somebody after I left there that it makes your brain hurt
Oh, yeah.
because you're trying to take in all the information and all the stories. There's so many stories
Yeah.
when you go in that building.
I could have spent the entire weekend in that building,
Yeah,
in that
agreed.
place. I
Agreed.
walked through, and I've watched a lot of specials on that. I've read about it. I've seen some of the stuff, but it doesn't. Just walking in there, that's the footprint of one of the buildings, of the 2 buildings, and you go down there and you see the cement that was used in that building, and you see the stairs,
Yeah.
that staircase that the people were saved in. That one staircase in the 2 buildings, that there was a bunch of people on that staircase, and you got 110 floors of a tower coming down, and that staircase survives.
Yeah.
And that's there. And, how can you go through there and not become emotional and listen to those stories? And
They
it
have
was
that theater in there that
Yep.
is sort of in the middle of the room, and so I had sort of stuck my head in to watch, one of the stories that's up on the screen, and I dare anybody to watch one story and walk out of that theater. You can't do it
You
because
can't.
after that ends, here comes the next story.
Right.
3,000 people had a story that day. And they need to be heard. They need to be honored. That is a terrific museum.
You walk into that one room and it has all the victims up on the wall, and then they have the tablets, and you can scroll through on every single person and learn about what they did and who they were. It is just amazing. And here's Nolan. Nolan bunts. He pops up
way
the bunt,
high.
and it gets by the pitcher,
goodness.
but he's going to get lucky. And he's off the bag. He's safe, and he threw it away.
He's
So
going to call him off the bag.
yeah, he called him off the bag. So they get lucky.
That might be a generous call. I think the kid kind of held his foot there.
No,
to be
he
honest with
did
you.
come off. I don't know if he came back down beforehand.
Yeah, I thought he
and the coach
did,
is going to go out there.
Boy, I'll
But
tell you, that's a tough break for St. Thomas. I mean, they had that error earlier in the game with the drop fly ball on right, and then that's not an error technically. It's just a misjudged.
yeah,
little,
the one in right field. Yeah,
oof, yeah, we got away with one there.
yeah, and we got away with one here. Because that bunt. I didn't see Taylor was, probably a third of the way off second base. If he catches that, he might get doubled up, but the ball drops. You think he's got an easy out. He throws to third base, draws him off the back. So now there's going to be a conference. He's going to ask the home plate umpire if he came back down. I did see him come off. I saw him off the bag. I'm not sure if he came down in time, if he landed back on the bag before Taylor got there. Yep, they called him safe. They both.
I agree with their coach.
They
though.
concur.
Give it another vantage
absolutely.
point because actually I think that the home plate ump probably had a better line on that ball than the field ump.
Yeah, but you also got to remember too. He's got to watch. He's got to watch the other bases because he's got this guy's got third. He's got to make sure everything else is going on. So we have a bases loaded situation with no outs for Carter. Carter walked his first time up on 4 pitches, and that pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher. So
we'll see what Carter can do. He's been swinging the ball, the bat, pretty good this year. Much improved from last year. I know he worked at it a lot this spring. He wanted to sort of prove that he belongs in the batting lineup every day. Last year he got DH'd a lot. So
yeah, he's been batting a lot this year. But I'll tell you what, if he hits one into a gap, he's going to have to run in first gear because he's got Nolan in front of him. Nolan is not very fleet of foot.
Right.
And the bases are loaded. I mean, Tyler's got a great jump at second base, so anything in the gap, anything in the outfield is probably going to score him. I'd love to see Tyler Carter get into one here.
Absolutely.
When he gets into it, he hits the ball a long way.
Left field is playing awful shallow, too.
There's a strike. So good take right there, 2-0.
That
First
left
strike.
field is asking for trouble.
Oh, John, the entire outfield. Look at the right fielder.
Yeah,
I mean,
agreed.
and then the ball got over to center fielder's head. Granted, it's only, 318 to center field, but they're playing really shallow.
It's always so much easier to come in on a ball in the outfield than it is to go back.
Oh, Carter wanted that. He flinched. 2-1 pitch right down the middle. What else are you looking for there?
Every outfielder can come in on a ball, but only the special ones can go back.
Yep. So the 2-2 coming to Carter. Oh, and it was high. It's popped up. Catcher's running
That's
over
gonna be out of play.
here. It's just out of play. So Carter hanging tough. Still 2-2.
Boy, this is a crazy weather day where the temperature now seems like it's probably back into the 40s.
Yep.
And I was getting hot about an inning ago.
With your sunglasses on.
I had my sunglasses on. I'm going to put my winter hat back on right now. This is absolutely crazy how cold it feels all of a sudden.
All 4 seasons in one day. Carter hits a ground ball through the hole, base hit. They're going to hold Tyler at third base. They're going to play station to station.
The left fielder playing so darn shallow. Didn't take him long to get to that ball. Why take the pressure off by making a mistake here running?
Absolutely not.
You got the top of the lineup. It's everything you want as a coach. You got a 4-1 lead, no outs.
Yep.
Bases loaded, top of the lineup.
Can do some damage right here. Ethan coming up. Ethan has been hit by a pitch and struck out in a pitch in the dirt his last time up. So there's the pitch, is up high. Nobody warming for St. Thomas, so this is Kavanaugh's game for a while. So 2-0, and Ethan's now got him right where he wants him. 2-0, Ethan should be looking for a fastball right here. If he doesn't get his fastball down the middle, he should take all the way. You don't want to see any lunging or anything like that right here. And he takes, it's a high strike. He's been giving him that today, though.
Agreed. He's got some pretty good velocity. He's got an unusual windup. It looks like he's throwing a rock over a fence.
He threw that one right into the dirt. So Ethan's in the same situation now, 3-1. Goffstown could really do some damage here. Bases loaded, no outs. 4-1 lead already. 3-1 count to the leadoff hitter. And we're only in the bottom of the third.
No doubt.
That's a high fastball, and that's going to miss. So he walks Ethan, and he walks in a run. So it's now 5-1 Goffstown.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, Kavanaugh's feeling a lot of pressure. You can see it. He's probably still wondering how he didn't catch the pop-up bunt, probably kicking himself about that. He looks like I looked on tax day.
and the way I looked on tax day. So now he's going to contend with
Stressed.
Clay Campbell, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI, and he hit an absolute bomb to center field, right center field his last time up. And Clay swings the first pitch off the end of the bat. Third baseman coming over. He's under it. He makes the grab. So
boy.
first pitch swinging is Clay, and he pops out to the third base. So what is it with this team? They get the situation that they want, bases loaded, and they swing at the first pitch.
The kid just walked home a run, and Clay went up there saying, I'm going to look for something that's just cheese right down the middle. Man, I don't love that. It actually was a pretty good pitch.
It
so
was
if
a
you're
good
going to
pitch.
swing, you got to turn on that. He didn't square on it at all.
It's just the opposite. You get Connor Hyzak, who popped out on first pitch both times up and takes a strike right down the middle. He was probably a little gun shy. He said, I'm not swinging at the first pitch this time. Oh,
Man, he just missed that.
just missed that. He was on it.
This
So
kid is up in the zone.
he's in a hole 0-2. I bet Connor wish he had that one back.
Yeah, boy, you'd hate to see this kid be able to squeeze through our second and third hitter. So a little bit of, not pressure on Connor, but certainly a big moment where he could break this game wide open. He's so due. I'd love to see him get it.
And it
Way
misses high. So it's 1-2 count to Connor. Boy, I tell you, I'd love to see him make this outfield pay as shallow as they're playing. He hits one left field line or left center field gap. He could be running for a while. And he gets underneath it, hits it down the right field line.
It's gonna be
Nolan's
foul,
tagging.
but
It's
there's
going
a
to be
play on
foul.
it. Not
Oh,
Connor.
if he catches
Boy.
that, I tell you, if he catches that, that might have scored 2 with Connor tagging at third base. Carter tagging at second base.
Boy,
It's
would Coach Lawrence have sent Carter from second on that ball? I tell you, he would have thought about it. Because that kid goes into a little valley out there.
Right, that's what I mean. He catches that, going away, runs into the fence. He's behind the dugout.
Yes, he actually has to
bullpen. He has
come
to come
out
out
of that
to
little
throw it
triangle.
home.
Yeah.
And Carter be sitting on the bench by the time he threw it in. So 1-2 again to Connor.
I would have loved to have seen that actually in hindsight.
Oh,
boy.
high curveball, and he struck him out.
Oh,
Man, I'll tell you, Kavanaugh is 1 out away from getting out of this.
that is a forced at bat by Connor Hyzak right there. He is pressing.
John, that curveball was up by his eyes.
Yeah, there was nothing.
It was a
nothing,
1-2 pitch. There's no way that was going to be a
nothing
strike.
attractive about that pitch in any way, shape, or form.
So, in a low strike on the outside corner, I think. And Justin, who's 1 for 2, well, we gave him that hit on the first at bat. He could easily be 0 for 2 with 2 errors, but I have him 1 for 2. And he hits a ground ball in the hole. The shortstop gets
gonna
there,
be
he
trouble.
boots it. Would have had a play. And again, there's another one that error, not error. What do you think, John?
So,
I'll let you call that one.
boy, does he make a play on that? No.
Well, he's got to force everywhere, right? He's got to force at third,
He's
at
not
second.
getting
He's going to
Carter
throw
at
to
third.
first. We'll give him a base hit.
He's not getting Smitty at second, and he's not getting Lou at first.
We'll give him a base hit.
Yeah, I'll go base hit on that one.
So here's Nick Labrie, who struck out to end last inning. So Goffstown is now batted around. It's 6-1. Labrie takes a strike. So
6-1.
they've got 3 runs in here. And
They have got
have not been
6
pretty.
runs with the just strangest of circumstances
Yep.
surrounding all 6, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So Justin, he hit a ball to the first baseman, which could have been an error, right? He hit a ball to the second baseman, which was an error. And then he hit a ball to the shortstop, which could have been an error. So he's going to hit it to the third baseman next time.
Right, the cycle.
1-1, 2 outs. Nick's bases loaded. Oh, that gets by the catcher. Here
that
comes
behind
Carter.
him? Wow.
No, that was inside.
Just
Carter's in
inside.
standing, and it's now 7-1 Goffstown. And this is, John, this is an ugly, ugly game.
Yeah, I mean, we've scored on a couple pass balls, a sac fly where we got 2 bases out of it.
Yep.
Or no, a drop ball, but still it was going to be a sac fly. So a couple of fielding errors, a couple ground balls that were not calling errors that could have been outs. Odd game.
And that's
What year is this pitcher? Is he a sophomore or a junior?
Kavanaugh, I have him as a junior, class of 2019.
He's got a great arm, good velocity. He just he's up in the strike zone quite a bit.
Yeah, he doesn't follow through
Nope.
quite as much as he should. And
There
he
he
walks Nick, and so now we have the bases loaded again for Taylor. So Taylor's second at-bat of the inning. And a timeout called by St. Thomas. Good move by the coach.
Well, now we have a high fastball pitcher against a high fastball hitter.
Yeah.
Last time up, Taylor took, I think, 4 straight pitches. Did not swing. First time I've ever seen it. So what are the chances Taylor's dead red on this first pitch?
I would say pretty good, John. Bases loaded, 2 outs, right? You got a 7-1 lead. He just walked Nick, so that's his hits his 3rd walk of the inning. I'm sorry, he came in at Nolan, so that's his 2nd walk of the inning. He's thrown a couple of wild pitches. He's made an error. And, you know, of all this, he got the 2 and 3 batters out.
Right.
So, John, it looks very ominous, the sky right now. It looks like it could open up. It's probably going to snow soon.
You're not kidding. I mean, it's got to be, it can't be more than 45 degrees out right now.
Yeah. It's going to get cold today. They said it was going to be. It was snowing in northern New Hampshire this morning. Did you see
I
that?
understand. That's crazy. Strange year.
They got 65 inches of snow on top of Mount Washington this month alone.
Yeah, they.
Oh.
You know,
Called a balk.
Mike, I wish I had pointed it out earlier because I could see him on the verge of balking, and I would have sounded so intelligent now in hindsight. But he's been flirting with it the entire time he's been out there. It's a hitch that he comes to in his set. And what happens is when he comes to his set, his body still moves, and the ump probably had noticed it and was going to give him 1 or 2. He's done it a couple times. It's right there where he then hitches again.
All right, so Taylor takes a strike, so he's not taking 5 pitches in a row.
No kidding.
Without swinging the bat.
Right there. And
Yeah, there's the rock.
You can almost call it
Whoa.
again there.
Jeez, gets the high strike and the low strike.
So did he swing there?
Nope,
I was looking at the
0-2.
picture.
Did not swing.
So unbelievable amount of patience by Taylor French today.
High curveball. That's the pitch he got Hyzak with.
Well, Mike, is this our first Tano's Pizza Bet of the year on weather? He's now 1-2.
He's got to swing here.
Yeah, so you going swing or you going not swing?
I'm going swing,
All
unless
right,
the pitch
so
is over his
Mike
head.
has put a Tano's Pizza on this bet, folks.
I got to go with the swing here. And he
Oh,
swings,
he
and
got it.
it's a base hit to right center field. That's going to score 2. Atta boy Taylor. And Goffstown has broken this game open.
Yeah, boy, that was. I don't know if that's the final knockout punch, but that certainly probably left a sting on St. Thomas Aquinas. Now makes the ball game 10-1. Bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah. And Tyler up for the 2nd time this inning. Got hit by a pitch his last time up. 10-1 ball game. We had no one warming up in the pen. This is Kavanaugh's game. And that pitch is over everybody's head. And Kavanaugh, there they go, running down there now. 2 guys running down to the bullpen.
Yeah, you can't leave a kid hanging this out there. He's uncomfortable. This
is his 9th batter this inning, and he's gotten the 2 outs, but Tyler swings and fouls it back.
There's a lot to like about his delivery, too. It's just if it could just be tweaked, he'd be right where he wants to be with the location of those fastballs, but he's just up in the zone too much. You can't live there.
Whoops. Mark that as a ball on the scoreboard here.
So 1-1 count, 2 outs.
Yep.
Bottom of the 3rd.
Taylor, the base runner wannabe. Tyler pops it up.
It.
That could be trouble, though. Could be trouble.
Right field is coming
Oh, he
a
makes
long
the
way,
catch.
boy.
Unorthodox, but makes the catch
He
nonetheless.
almost overran it. Realized it at the last second, corrected himself. You know, you're always rooting for the Goffstown Grizzlies, but in that case, that was a little part of me rooting for them to make that catch because they went through a lot in that inning.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's been a really ugly game, John. Goffstown has already they've already sent 25 men to the plate through 3 innings. Mostly everybody except for Nolan Accardo has batted 3 times already.
So, Mike, going back to New York City and your trip down there, restaurants, where'd you eat? It's
Okay.
always a big question about that city.
So, I thought the most expensive part of the trip was going to be the restaurants, just feeding a family of 5.
Right.
So we got into town, and I had gotten this recommendation from a friend of mine about Carmine's in in Times Square.
I've heard of it, never been.
And when we told the people at the hotel that we went there, they asked how long our wait was, because generally there's waits of hours to get into this place. I guess it's this really famous. I didn't even know.
I think there's a tie with David Letterman in Carmine's where he might have made it famous or something like that.
Not sure about that. But anyway, we went in there, and John, let me tell you, it's this Italian restaurant. It's pretty big, but they serve everything family style. So you order.
Okay.
So you order, like we got chicken parm. So the chicken parm comes out. So they cut it in front of you. They serve everybody the first thing. It came over a penny. And it's starting to rain again. But and Trevor, of course, got a sub because he didn't want the pasta. So and then Ethan got a side of meatballs. So we had, chicken parm over a penne with meatballs and stuff.
Boy.
So that meal was fantastic. The next day, we didn't even have dinner because we had leftovers. So we had that for dinner. The next day, we took the water taxi to Brooklyn, and we ate on the pier of Brooklyn.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, it's called Dumbo, the area underneath the Brooklyn Bridge, at this little shack called Luke's Lobster Pound. And again, this is this famous place, best lobster I've ever had in my life.
No kidding.
Growing
up in New England, that's not faint
praise.
praise.
But I'll tell you, John, this was all meat. It wasn't smothered with mayonnaise or lettuce or celery. It was meat and butter.
Goodness.
And a little bit of spice, and it was absolutely fantastic. Ball low. So those were the two big meals we ate out, and then yesterday we just ate at a sub place called Potbellies. We had subs, really fresh subs. The Embassy Suites has drinks and appetizers every night from 5 to 7.
Yeah.
So we got there late on Saturday night. We didn't get there till 6:30, and I managed to get 6 beers in. Go up and get two each for Sarah and I. About 5 minutes later, I went up and got 2 each again. So we had 4 drinks, and then right before last call, I went and got 2 more beers. So I managed to put 6 beers away in a half. Well, I ordered 6 beers in a half hour. So that was pretty fun.
As my brother-in-law Mike said to me many years ago, free is for me.
Exactly. we thought we were going to miss it. We got there at 6:30, and I still managed to get 6 free beers as Taylor strikes out.
That was a really generous call by the ump.
Yeah, it was.
That curve wasn't even close.
That's 4 consecutive strikeouts for Taylor.
You know what that was? That's an ump who's now
wants
getting
to go
rained
home
on.
in the rain. Yep.
It's 10-1.
Yep.
He's getting rained on.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like it's about minus 20 right now.
Yep. He's wondering when the snow's going to start. Another strike there. Yeah, he's going to be calling strikes on everything now. You better swing the bat. The rain's coming down as hard as it has all day. And
ooh, geez, way up and in.
And the sky's not as bright as it was the last time it was raining, John. Last time it was raining, the sun was out.
I'll tell you, the flag was blowing in about an inning ago. Now it's blowing out. It's a strange day. This is miserable to be out in this right now. If you're a player, if you're an ump, just sitting there.
It is coming down right now. John, the rain's coming down sideways.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I wonder what their tolerance is for when they go to a rain delay here, because this is I wouldn't want to be standing in this. This is a great day to announce a game in the shack.
In the shack. Ooh.
Because think about it. Right now, the parents are under umbrellas,
if
they have one, scrambling for cars. Coaches are in the rain, players in the rain. Me and Mike
and Daryl.
And Daryl, the cameraman.
Even the players
up here.
And there's another strikeout. That's 5 strikeouts in a row for Taylor French. It is pouring right now.
Goodness.
I mean, you can hear the rain falling on top of the and you can see it. It's coming down. It's coming down sideways. This is great.
Donnie Labrie is sitting in a chair out in right field.
With shorts on.
Shorts on.
He's got a little.
He's got the smallest umbrella.
And they're going to a rain delay. Looks. Yep. The first base umpire is calling us into. So, hey, in the 2 years we've been doing this is our first rain delay.
Yeah.
It is absolutely pouring. Absolutely pouring. Justin, you got to go run around the bases? Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just pouring. It's cold.
Yeah, this is miserable.
The sight of Labrie out there with maybe the smallest umbrella ever
known to man,
manufactured, sitting in that rain, wind blowing right in his face, got shorts on. He looked like the captain in Moby Dick.
Yeah.
You know?
It was It was a sight to see. Even Tom French couldn't take it anymore. He's over here.
Yeah.
He's walking back out there now, probably to get his chair. But you
Nah,
never saw.
He said, "I'm not even getting the chair. I'm done."
You never saw a bleacher section empty out as fast as it did when the umpires put the game on hold. I mean, it was mass exodus. Up, they're going out. Here comes the grounds crew.
Oh, it's terrible. You know, it's a shame is we only needed a little bit more game to make this. Do we
End
make
of
it
this inning.
official?
Nope.
End of this
End of this inning. We needed one
you
more
gotta be
out.
Kidding me?
So you're 4 2/3 through.
Oh goodness.
I'm sorry, 3 2/3 through. But as long as they bat, St. Thomas bats in the fourth, it's a legit game for a 7-inning game.
Oh goodness. That would have been nice. We now have
Here comes some of the
escaping.
smarter people. Some of the Mrs. Skokie, Mrs. Swinard coming up, joining us as we have our seasons in the sun.
This is a miserable day. Miserable.
I can say this now that
Oh, so we have a.
they're playing
paper-
rock paper, scissors
but I
between
don't
Clay-
know what the bet's over. All right. Goffstown lost,
we lost.
but I don't
Clay,
know what we lost.
What are you betting on? Oh, just playing rock paper scissors.
Oh, so they're going. Okay, I got it. So
they're
they're
just
up 1-0.
having some fun. They're up 1-0. So this Ben Dodge out there right now against the. Oh, and Ben,
they're 2-0.
and St. Thomas is 2-0. That could be McLean. Oh, here goes Ethan.
This is the kid you liked.
Yeah, it
based
could
on
be
his,
McLean
attire.
on the outfit. Ethan, stay out there.
Goffstown
Ethan
takes the
gets
win
that
there.
one. So
Two
it's
to
now,
one
it's now
here.
2-1 St. Thomas and rock paper scissors. Ethan doesn't want to be out there. He's
I'll
getting
tell
wet.
you, number 2 looks like a pretty good rock paper
Yep,
scissors kid.
He does. Yep. I don't have a name on a number 2 though.
No,
I don't
you
have
can
the
see it
roster.
though.
Oh, Ethan is 2-0 now.
But looks can be deceiving
he's
as he
upset.
takes the walk of
Looks
shame
like he just
back
got
to the
called out on
dugout.
strikes. He's so mad walking back to the dugout. The rain is letting up. Ethan 3. Oh, that was quick work of him.
If you're St. Thomas, what's the point?
Yeah, it's
you know?
3-0 Ethan
You got to
right
just
now.
walk away from the day right now.
There we go. The rain's letting up. There goes Ethan again. Oh, Ethan is 4-0. Wow. This is incredible. You getting this, Daryl? Ethan's up 4-0. There he comes again. It's 4-2 right now, Goffstown. Oh, Ethan again. It's 5-0. Ethan's 5.
What people don't know about Ethan is he's traveled to the Far East to learn the innermost details of this game, and he's probably one of the best in North America right
Well,
now.
Ethan's one of the smartest kids in the high school as well. So
Oh.
and he gets knocked out right away.
But
Now
every
it's
man-
5-3.
Every man
Up.
needs his match.
And this looks like that's Sebastian Beal going out there. Seabass, it's 5-3 Goffstown in the rock, paper, scissors, and he's out. It's now 5-4. So who's going now? Oh, there goes Sam. Sam DeRocher out there. Oh! Sam makes quick
Sam
work of
made
him.
quick work of him right there.
Oh, but he got a ball thrown at him for his. And that's it. Well, looks like that's it for rock, paper, scissors.